Good morning, my fellow Michiganders. Good morning, my fellow Americans. Oh my goodness gracious, am I excited to have my brother from another mother, Eric Castiglia, on with the Brighter Michigan PAC to really talk about what's going on in Michigan with the upcoming election, all these events that they're putting together. It's all hands on deck right now. So welcome to the show, Eric.
Hey, thank you. I can't believe it. I made it to the big leagues.
Well, man, we're excited to have you. Everybody loves your energy, loves what you're doing in the state and obviously for the country. I mean, you're an instrumental part of getting what we're trying to do right now is unifying this party. Okay. So let's talk about what's going on, especially with what you have coming up, because you are just blazing a trail right now.
You know, right now, we decided to help out, and we're trying to bring people in that normally wouldn't be part of our party, just in general, to be strong Republicans and start winning elections. The fighting's got to end. We got to win. Garrett, right now, we are partnering with organizations across the whole state, from Traverse City to Downriver, and we are helping them put together delegate drives with new. We're sending texts out for them. We're investing in data. We're helping them all along the way. And we are just doing it to get people excited. We got big elections coming up, and we got to get these people that are home saying, hey, I want to talk to like-minded people. So we are just doing, we had our first event out of Macomb County. It was last night. It was standing room only. It was so exciting. They were excited. Congresswoman Lisa McClain, dialed in to talk to the crowd before she went on the floor at 6:30 to make her votes for us. I mean, we have to work hard.
Yeah, we do. And the whole thing is what I love about what we talked about before is people want this energy. People want this unity that we're really trying to push out there. And we know right now there's a lot of infighting in the Republican Party. And if you think about it on the Democratic side, I mean, how do you take down your opposition? Well, you infiltrate it and you create division, you create the infighting, and then there's so much infighting and focus on the party and within the party that we're not concentrating on what we truly should be concentrating on, is fighting these Marxists, aka what I call the new Democratic Party. The old Democratic Party is dead. And that is one thing that's happened is these old school Democrats, the JFKs of the world, they're considered moderate Republicans today.
Oh, they're Republicans. If JFK was here today on his issues with immigration, he'd be done. He wouldn't even be. They'd say you have to leave the party. The exciting thing is I agree with you. If we keep fighting and we keep primarying each other and we keep going after each other and my candidate's better and this and that, and we don't try to just take it to the Democrats, I'll tell you, last night at the meeting, I had to dial in because it was far away from where I was at, and I had another meeting, and I said to everybody, I said, I'll support any candidate that I agree with 75% of the time, because the Democrats only agree with me 10% of the time. And as a PAC, we're everybody's friend. That's why we're taking these events out to the community, because I don't know that community. Like, how do I know, Garrett, who's in your backyard, who's running for school board, or who's running for, little city council or a trustee? I have to depend on people across the state to say, Eric, please consider getting the PAC behind this candidate, because one, we can't talk to the candidates directly. We're a true super PAC that is not a dark money PAC. Everything we do, you can see. We're not a 504 hiding anything. We're not a 503 hiding anything. If we do something, you can look it up. We're probably the only straightforward PAC in the state. But it's just something we're trying to do, is to help all these communities. And just one of the things we're proud of is in the last election cycle, 86% of the candidates that we got behind won when we took a bloodbath.
That's huge. I wasn't even familiar with that statistic. And just to let everyone know out there, the link to the Brighter Michigan PAC is in the description. The link to all the upcoming events. And I'm excited because I'm going to try to make a few of these events too, and at least dial in like we talked about, because we have to unify. And Eric, you're exactly right. We have to stop with this idea that if you don't agree with me 100% of the time, then you're a rhino, you're a horrible person, you're a Democrat. And it's not true, because even with most of these Republican candidates, now there are some Republican candidates out there that I don't agree with. Mike Pence is one of them, unfortunately, who attacked President Trump on Twitter yesterday. And I trolled him and said, hey, look, how is this helping us win elections? How is this helping with President Trump get elected?
I saw that. I saw your troll on that. And I agree with it. As you know, listen, I talked to President Trump, Pence many times. I have been to Mar-a-Lago with President Trump. I enjoy everyone, but honestly, let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to Reagan's rule. No ill will in public about a fellow Republican. Right now, we are so close to taking back the majority. We have two special candidates running right now. Their election is in a week. Ron Singer in Macomb County and Powell Downriver. I mean, we get behind these candidates. We could take back the House now if we unify and we start helping and we get out to vote. And instead of talking about our difference of who's helping who and who's doing what, and we got a new chair, like, you know what? Let's just get behind everybody. Let's just do it.
Yep, absolutely. And especially, we all feel this, like this election is it. If we don't get this country back, look what this weekend at Bernie's shell of a president has done in 3.5 years. Can you imagine what this Marxist movement with Prop and whoever they have run? I still don't believe he's going to make it. But they're going to destroy our country. And that's where, like, the Republican Party, hey, look, we're the Republican Party of values. We're the party of being fiscally conservative. We're the party of America. And of course, the Constitution. And we all know that the Marxists want to destroy this country. And so what do you do to try to combat that? Is you just get in there and you throw gasoline on the fire of division and you fuel that. And I truly believe there are bad actors within our own party that are trying to do that. But that's why we have to continue to talk common sense, continue to talk logic, continue to talk unity, because the majority of Americans, they want it. You felt that at your event last night, didn't you?
I felt it unbelievably. We talked about what we're doing as a pack. The events we're doing are non-self-serving. We're covering almost all the costs for the events. We are partnering with other groups, co-hosts. We are not saying this is just a bring. We are trying to help bring new people together. We are using our data set. We own data statewide, and we're using that data to get new voters to come out that are with conservative values. We sent out a text over 500 people last night. Before that, we had only a couple hundred, we had 15 people that were actually registered and was standing room only. And the chair of that county called and said, what is going on? And we said, Lisa McLean tried dialing in and they had a little bit of technical issues. So she had to go back on the floor at 6:30 and vote. And she couldn't really talk to the crowd like she wanted to. But this is about how can we come together as a community and win. Like, when Tucker, came to Michigan, you were there, you helped me. Let's just face it. I had everybody and their brother coming after me. We had the venue cancel our venue 4 weeks before the event. We had all of our ads on TV canceled, 225 of them. And then we said, we're going to sue. And they said, all right, we'll do the ads. But instead of being $195 an ad, they gave me a bill of $1,600 for 15-second placements. They were against me, and Facebook blocked us because of the issue we had with having police officers that we were honoring that day. We honored 3 police officers, and you know what they said? You're only approved for political. You're not approved for social issues. When do police officers become social issues? Give me a break.
I remember watching you go through all that and the stress that brings. And that is what they're willing to do. And that's what people don't understand. If they have been infiltrating our very lives for decades, this just doesn't happen the last election cycle. They have been literally doing this for decades. And that's what people have to understand is we are in a knockdown, drag out fist fight in a phone booth for at least the next 2 decades. And we can't just hey, we won this election cycle, it's done. We have to continue to take back the lost ground. I mean, that's what people have to understand. This is a long fight.
It was great seeing you last week at the Trump event at the news conference. And it was great to be with a small crowd of people to listen to what he had to say and talk to all the sheriffs and the issues that they talked about in their small towns. Of the one small town, which no one would think there would ever be illegal aliens in, and 10% of his jail was filled with illegal aliens. We are being infiltrated across. We have an invasion that people aren't willing to address. And One of the events, Garrett, I got to talk about, we just did about 3 weeks ago. And I got a call from Due Process. And we talk about election integrity till we want to just die. I mean, I agree there are problems. I agree we got to keep it. I know we talk about 2A every day of the week, but guess where we have been taken to the bank on? Due process. No one's talking about it. It's our biggest constitutional right. We had 3 judges on the panel. We had the Macomb County prosecutor talk to over 200 people and explained due process. We had 200 grassroots in there that their mouth just dropped halfway through the thing. They're like, what have we done? We're not paying attention to judges. We're not paying attention to Supreme Court. We're not paying attention what the law is doing to us. So no matter how much we fight these issues, if we don't have due process and we're not fighting for due process candidates and judges, it doesn't matter when we get to court. It doesn't matter.
No, and that's what they do. They have a plan. They're acting on their plan. And that's why this is such a crucial election. And this is such a crucial election for unity. You know, we can deal with the internal petty politics after this election. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's just fact. Obviously, kicking and screaming and throwing out all these kind of words is doing nothing to win, because you're not winning. We have to win to slowly take back this country.
Exactly. I mean, I worked with, a lot of different groups that didn't like me way back when. And, during the last election cycle when we had our old chair and different things. And these groups really gave me a hard time throughout the state. And you got to remember, just a few years before that, the Republican Party didn't want to work with me because I was too grassroots. Yeah. Now all I hear is I'm a rhino, I'm a dino in hiding. Listen, my family has been involved with politics forever. My father died when I was 21. He was a good friend with Ronald Reagan. I have pictures all over my office of him and my father, Jack Kemp. I've been doing this a long time. I have never been anything but a conservative my whole life. You can look me up anywhere I lived. I was a registered conservative in New York. These names and these trying to pigeonhole or define good people. Listen, Garrett, I don't agree with everybody. Everything does. I'm sure me and you can find something to disagree about, right? We can do it. But if we can just get past it and talk about the issues we agree upon, we can get through something and make change for the betterment of everyone. If we keep fighting over all the little issues over and over again, we're never going to succeed. So I've ignored the haters. And now a lot of them are coming back to me saying, listen, do an event with us. We didn't realize you just wanted to help. I'm not asking for anything in return. We're spending more than we're giving. Right now, the Fallen and Wounded Soldier Fund, the Brighter Michigan PAC is backing, right? We had a veteran who is now on his way to just coming back, getting his life in order. It's called Jack's Walk. If you could follow him, he started in California. He's walking from California to the Capitol in DC for a world record right now. You can follow him in real time. Jack has already raised $250,000 for the veterans in Michigan. And these are the things, if we just think about God, country, and family, and we focus on getting on candidates that can win, and we support them the right way, and people listen or try to help or reach out. We had money left over last election cycle I couldn't spend because I didn't have enough people asking me. The groups that asked, we helped, and we won 86% of those races. I'm going to throw you out some numbers. We opened up one victory center in Macomb County to help out. We opened it ourselves. That little victory center was only 800 square feet. We had an average of 50 people there a day, and on weekends door knocking about 100. We did 300,000 phone calls out of that little victory center. We did 77,000 doors, and we did 3.5 million emails. So this was a group of people that just wanted help. They showed up. What can I do? Make a call, put together an email, go knock a door for an hour. We didn't ask people to spend their whole day or waste it.
Yep.
Out there for a half hour and knock doors. And we found the people that did it for a half hour stayed for 4 hours. And we found the people that said, I'll do it for 4 hours, stayed 8 hours.
And that's what people don't understand is America's greatest asset is the people. When
Right.
these folks are inspired and you motivate them and you give them a vision, they will go to bat for you nonstop. I seen it with my own campaign. Our wonderful grassroots army, our warriors, they work tirelessly nonstop for our campaign, raising money, phone calls, door knocking. I mean, amazing. And all these great people out there, that's all they want is somebody who's going to stand up for them and somebody who's going to do what's right. And I want to point out something because it's a hot topic right now, because all the Democrats have right now, Eric, because I want your thoughts on this, is abortion. They were successful at it with the last election cycle. So you can see Governor Whitmer, who doesn't address anything but killing babies. She doesn't address the invasion of the southern border. She doesn't address the economy. She doesn't address China. She only addresses abortion every day throughout Twitter. That's all she does. And all the Dems are falling in line and everything else. And they're just saying abortion, abortion, abortion. And I feel like they're just baiting us because they want to make the spotlight go to that topic instead of the dumpster fire of America right now with the invasion of the southern border. Now we have illegal immigrants that are creating horrible crimes. We have our economy, we have rising grocery stores, our grocery prices. We have real estate that people can't afford to buy homes anymore. I mean, it just goes on and on in parental rights. So we have all these issues that the Democrats are fueling the fire of the destruction of our company or our country. And they only want to focus on abortion, and the corporate media gets behind them and hits them with the abortion question. Like, no, look at everything else, not this one issue. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, look at the plant, the battery plant from the Chinese government that's in Michigan. Right now, no one's talking about Slotkin signing an NDA where she can't even talk. Why would a senator or a person running for Senate and who's Congress sign something that she can't talk? And then when you look at what happened, that whole board was overturned because the people stood up and said, enough. We are not going to allow you to vote this way when you say you're Republicans. And everybody got overturned in that community. But it's not over. Who's going out there and donating money for the lawsuit? Who's going out there to help them do something now and take it to the next level? Because now they're fighting in courts. They're fighting with the state. And why would we allow a Communist Party organization to have an office in the building so that, and they're bringing in nationalists to work? I mean, what are we doing here?
That is, you're spot on. So if we take with what you just said, if we focus as conservatives, all unite underneath what you just said about Slotkin and just bombard Twitter, bombard social media, have our phones, our weapon, and go to these Democratic events and hold them accountable, just like something that I think the Michigan GOP and the Midwesterner posted on Twitter about asking Governor Whitmer when she was running for governor, do you want to abolish ICE? And she says yes. I mean, yes. We should be focused all of our energy on that instead of fighting amongst each other and continue to spread division. So that's what I'm calling out all freaking
Jared,
people.
I'm sorry, I got to do something real quick. I apologize.
You're good. Bring your dog on. Make your dog famous.
Oh, my dog, I can't bring him on. He's a puppy, and he was just getting into stuff he shouldn't. So I apologize.
Do you have him right there? Is he right in the room with you?
Yeah.
Hey, bring him up. Let everybody see it. Let's see the dog.
Here.
Everybody loves dogs and puppies. It's good content. Hope it's not like a huge 100-pound puppy. I can see in the mirror that he just picked him up and he's bringing it. Oh, look at the dog. Yeah. What's his name?
His name is Bravo.
Bravo?
Bravo.
He looks like a Bravo.
No, thank you for letting me bring that up.
But no, man, like to get back, I agree with you, obviously. I love you to death, my man. I support you 100% in what you're doing, and we just need to unify everyone to get this. We'll figure out things along the way. But again, I just want to direct everybody in the Brighter Michigan PAC link is in the description. The events that are coming up, that link is also in the description. If you want to get involved, if you want to see if he's coming to your area, show up. And this is what we need to do. You need to not only show up.
Message me if you want us to come to your area. I mean, we're trying. We're getting so much overwhelming messages right now. Please come to our area. Please help us. Please talk to people in our area. Help us. And we're trying. We're trying to fit them all in. We're doing this to bring new delegates in and old delegates in and bring people together so it's more of a melting pot, and they don't want to go. We're hearing, this is the number one thing we're hearing. We're texting out constantly. We sent out 8,000 texts in the last month just to get people involved with the Republican Party. And the number one thing we get back is we hear it over and over. We went to a meeting. It was so negative. We don't want to go back. We're like, well, how about this? Come to a Pizza and Politics meet like-minded people, have a conversation. There's no agenda. These meetings have no agenda. The only agenda is, hey, do you know what a precinct delegate is? That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And then whatever they want to talk about, they talk about. We got to get them back engaged and not feel like everyone hates each other.
100%.
I'm going to bring up Ryan Kelly real quick.
Yeah,
I have to. He called me before he went to jail. And I was upset. Garrett, you've been an unbelievable supporter of the PAC. Ryan was a good supporter of the PAC. But you know what Ryan said before he left? Eric, I'm going in because I got to take care of my family. I'm going in because this court thing will go on forever. But we do have to unify. He understands that. And I truly believe your messaging and what you're doing is what we need to do. And I do believe that Ryan Kelly today would agree with that. I really do, because he wants to win and he knows he wants to win. And let's talk about due process again, okay? We have to pay attention to due process. And Garrett, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to get with the due process folks in Michigan. And I'd like you to bring them on and hear what they have to say. Bring a couple judges on to talk about due process, like Michael Warren, because these are things we are not discussing. And it is more important than everything else we are, because we can fight all we want for every other amendment and every other constitutional point. But if due process isn't there for us, we did it for nothing.
Well, I will accept that challenge. And I want you to text me their contact information.
I will.
And I will follow up with them today. And then I will bring them on because that's my role right now. I'm not running for any type of office right now. I am focused on winning in November, getting the right Republican candidates through the primary so we can beat back the Marxists in November, get Trump obviously in there, and then stop the bleeding of our country and then move this country forward together as a people. So please send me those names.
Absolutely.
Follow up. And Randy just commented, he said, hey, we need a Brighter Michigan PAC event over in District 2. So Randy, go to the link, contact Eric, and he'll set
Absolutely.
it up. That's how we do it, folks. That's the whole purpose of this conversation today, is to activate and inspire Michigan's greatest asset and America's greatest asset is we the people. Okay. Anything else that you would like to talk about, Eric, before we close her down here?
Oh, you know what? Honestly, we have to focus on our Senate race. Like right now, we have a Senate candidate that Trump's endorsed, and all I hear statewide is from everyone, even at the events, I love Trump. I can't wait till he gets back in. He's got to save our country. But then I hear on the other hand, he doesn't know Michigan. Why is he endorsing this? Or why? You know what? He came out during the last 2 cycles ago for who he wanted to be chair of our party, and nobody listened. And now we have all this division and fighting where we don't have any fruits or no money. We're just rebuilding again. And I'm hoping that the new party can get together and help us all out. They seem to be trying really hard. I'm not judging them. I am going to be here to support them. Anything they ask me for, I will do. I donated to the regime before that because I felt it was my duty. So I sent a check in anyways, even though I didn't agree with the model. But it's not about that. It is about us all trying to work together and find out how we can lead.
Yeah.
We need more leaders. If you're an activist, I love you. If you're a leader activist, I love you even more, because it's about helping people. And if we can actually be less self-serving, in the motto of Brighter Michigan, and why people don't know all the things we've done, is because our motto was, what can we do without taking credit? That's hurt us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, Garrett. It's hurt us because people don't know, but now they're starting to find out. We've grown a little bit larger and we're able to help more people. So I appreciate our friendship. I'm ready to come back anytime you want. Let's get out there. Let's win. Let's get out and vote. Let's help every organization, and let's stop the division. Let's not have rhetoric at these meetings, because new people, 8,000, we had over 400 of that 8,000 respond. I went to a meeting and it was too negative for me. Yeah. I don't want to be around that.
Yeah. Amen to that, brother. Eric, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you. You know that. And we'll send me those links or those contacts. I'll follow.
I will be sending you the contacts, Garrett.
All right.
It is important.
Have a great day, stud.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Wow. I love that guy to death. I truly do. What can you not like about Eric and what he stands for? And that's what I'm going to do. Hey, I've been taking arrows from both sides ever since I stood up with the lockdowns. I wasn't conservative enough. I was going against the lockdowns. I was going with the status quo. I'm always going to be on here and talk common sense, call out the hot garbage, but also bring logic to the situation. And if we don't unify, we are dead in the water. We have to get on board. We do. Back your candidate, but after that primary, fall in line, get involved, and let's make sure that all these Republican candidates win and we take back the House and everything else in the White House. That's how we stop the bleeding, and that's how we move our country forward. And that's exactly what the Marxists, the AKA the New Democratic Party, that's what they want. Okay. They want us to destroy ourselves from within, and we got to stop it. So I'll continue to represent all of you, and I'll continue to do what I do best, is to give you up-to-date, accurate, and truthful information. So God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan, of course, and always God bless these United States. Till next time.